just seen two little red markers indicating to the helicopter where he must start. You can see the crewman on the left-hand side leading out, telling the pilot exactly where to put the skids. So on the left-hand side we have a crew from Poland, Bartosz Kowalski and Sebastian Komosa. And on the right-hand side we have yesterday's overall winner from Russia, Yuri Yablokov, with his crewman Konstantin Koinitsyn. So when the crewman indicates to the starter, and I can see that on the left-hand side, that's Jimmy taking the boat fender to the crewman. Now the crewman will be setting up the fender to get it exactly right. He doesn't get two chances of this, so he'll put the fender either inside the skid or outside the skid, or it depends on which helicopter they're flying. Then he'll be sorting the rope out. If you look carefully at the left-hand side now, you can see him making sure that there's no tangles, and he'll be holding on first of all to the 4-metre length. There's a cork board sewn into the rope as well to help them, because like I said, these fenders are heavy. So he'll have this first 4-metre length ball in his hand, and at the end of the rope as well, there's a handle. He has a left because he's going to take the weight of the rope. So they'll take a few seconds to get ready, and then when they are ready, the crewman will raise his hand. See a lady there in the middle of the course with two fluorescent flags. She's raised one flag already, that's indicating that the crew on the far side has told her that they're ready to go, they're ready to start racing, so she's now waiting for the crew on the left-hand side, which is the crew from Poland. Flags go up, flags go down, and we're off. This is the start of the Helicopter World Cup 2018 here at Wickham. You see now on the 4-metre length rope, the boat fenders going through the first start gate and dipping into the first tub. The guy on the right-hand side, Yuri Yakovlev, he won yesterday, so we're expecting a very good time from him. But this isn't easy, ladies and gentlemen. So just look at the guy on the right-hand side with the green and silver R44. See how he does it. He speeds up to the second tub, slows down, puts the handbrake on, and then he tries to get this fender into tub number 2, which he does successfully. Extend the rope out to the full length now, 8 metres. Back to the third tub, tub number 3. The fender is not allowed to touch the ground, penalty points accrue. Over tub number 3 now, he's had a dip and he's not quite got it in, so the crewman is saying, you've messed it up mate, let's go back a bit. Having another go and then drop it, and the rope has dropped, so time is over for the right hand side, Yuri Yakovlev and Konstantin Koinitsyn of Russia. Poland on the left hand side, just struggling a little bit with tub number 3. It's a little bit windy today, which isn't going to help them. So you see a red flag just went up on the left hand side, that's because the fender hit the outside of the tub, which will not allow the European points. That's it, the poles are finished, they're over with qualifying at the moment against the lock. So now let's talk about the scoring. How are they scored? Well, it's an absolute tie in seconds, and you can see there perhaps in the middle of the course, two people messing about with what we affectionately call the laser display system, which is a series of cards on metal clips, which will indicate to the chief scorer the time it took the crew to fly the course. So they're now looking at the chief scorer who's at the far end of the course. Chief scorer will write down the time, indicate that she's happy that she's seen it, and hopefully if they've been well trained this morning, they'll turn around and show us the time as well, which they've done. And I can't quite make it out. It looks like 1:05.8, which would be 1 minute 5 seconds, 0.8. That's converted into points, so they'll get 105 points for that. And then you add on any penalties to that afterwards. So for instance, the Polish we saw picked at least 10 penalty points, so whatever their time was, they would add it to it and have an overall total score. So obviously the lower the score, the better the performance. So Drew's got 2 runs this morning for qualifying. Look at Brenda, the starter. Both flags went up, both flags went down, and we're off again. This is qualifying run number 2 with the Russians, Yablokov, and Koinitsyn on the right-hand side, and Bartosz Kowalski and Sebastian Komosa of Poland on the left-hand side. Yablokov dipped very successfully into tub number 1, and it's gone quickly into tub number 2 as well. Increased the height of the helicopter up to an 8-metre long rope. Now the fender becomes really hard to control. A 4 kilo weight underneath the helicopter. The pilot can't see it. You see the crewman leaning out now, trying to control the fender, but it's heavy and it's windy, but he's done that extremely well indeed. That's a good display of how to do it. So eyes on the left, Poland. Can they match the same level of skill as the Russians? They're a bit slower on the course, but let's have a look. Slowly, drop a little bit. The fender can't touch the side of the top of the bit. And the tentative dip, fail. And another dip. Oh, that was deemed to be a fault, so 10 points. And then a successful dip in. And the time finishes. So that's it, that's the qualifying rounds over for these two crews. And we move on to the next two crews for qualifying. Looks like we've suffered a technical failure with one of the gates. Looks like Yablakov went and broke our gate on the first run. Thanks very much, mate. We'll send you the bill. Very strong Russian contingent here this weekend. We think we have 5 crews, let me count. Yes, my maths is good this morning. 5 crews from Russia. And the next set of crews who will be coming up are from Russia and Poland. On the left-hand side will be Maxim Sotnikov and Ale Bujikas on the left from Russia. And Maria Bus and Jakub Okuba. Jakub Malek on the right from Poland. We share helicopters, so there will be a slight delay perhaps when the Russians change over. It's a very quick procedure. The pilot gets out, has his cup of tea, the crewman takes his shoes off, sweaty feet and all that, and then the other crew get in. So there'll just be a short delay while we wait for the helis to switch over, and then we'll be away again for heat number 2 of qualifying.